Good morning. Probably about 7:30. Cows are coming out the pasture. Slept pretty good. It's not as cold as I feared. Probably in the 40s, so that's pretty manageable. So this morning I think what I'm going to do to stay on 21 and then take that to 579, which puts me back on the official loop. I have some freeze-dried granola for breakfast. You know, for some reason my appetite for breakfast isn't that strong, so I don't know if I'll be having breakfast this morning. I basically have as much stuff as what would be in my panniers, except I'm cramming it into a saddlebag and the front dry sack. When I make camp for the night, I explode out of the saddlebag. And taking this shortcut on 21, that'll keep me off the forest road, because I'm really just having a concern with how thin these tires are. These roads are really full of rocks. You know, you say, oh, it's 30 miles, but it may take all day because of the road condition. Just came out of probably in the Chalice Forest, but big open prairie along here. And I think I am at 6,690 feet on the video, but it looks like there's some smoke in the air. I don't have any internet. I know there was a fire. I don't see a plume or anything. So here is Highway 21. There's a hairpin turn, and this is where Highway 203 would have let me out. Probably 8 miles, 8.5 miles on Highway 21 if you don't do the route. Whew, a little cold. No headwind, which is good. That guy was pretty cool. Coming up on the turnoff, and I believe that if I was to go straight, I think that becomes the Lowman turnoff, or the Lowman cutoff. Boundary Creek Boat Launch. Just check my map, double check, but I'm pretty positive, yeah, this is the turnoff, 579. So I just turned on to 579. It looks like there's some information up here about what's open, what's not open. Open, open, open. Cape Horn, Road 579, open. So that's the mountain passes. Campers limited stay 14 days. 84 miles to Cascade. Deadwood Reservoir, 34 miles. This is a pretty solid climb here. I think this will be the bulk of my climbing for the day, unless I start doing part of Warm Lake Summit. Looks like it's some kind of summit. Boise National Forest. I'm probably entering it. Lolo Creek Trail. Lolo Creek Trail, 4 miles. Cape Horn Summit. There we go. That's where I am. I think I'm going to be going downhill. Fire snowmobile. Just left Cape Horn. I guess this is the area that burned in 92. I think I'm on my way down to Bear Valley. Literally, that's the summit right there. A little bit of washboardy. A lot of damage. But see this haze? I think this is smoke from a fire. I'm trying to pick the best line for this washboard. Oh God, this sucks. I mean, I could fly down this on a mountain bike. Mountain bike would eat it up. Front suspension might be the way to do it. That's the other thing I lost was my brake pads. backup brake pads. So this is really bad, this washboard. It's almost unrideable. You know, I go over to the side, it gets kind of sandy or full of pebbles, but this is crazy how bad this washboard is. It's a little bit better now, but man, I almost have to walk it. It's so bad. Looks like I'm coming out into Bear Valley Wildlife Viewing Area. Welcome to Bear Valley. I can ride the berm here. Sometimes it slopes or gets sandy like that. That's the downside, is all the sand's off to the side. I don't know if this is technically part of Bear Valley Campground, but if not, Bear Valley's right over there, the campground. I just left it, came across the bridge because I got to get some water in case I don't make it to the lodge today, which seems more and more unlikely at the pace I'm going with this washboard road. These 40C tires are just not enough, and the way everything's rattling around, I've got too much crap on the bike. I'm not making very good time, and this is all like flat. This isn't even climbing. There is something dead over there. I can't tell if that's like a moose or a bear. Almost 2 o'clock. I'm going to at least make it to Deer Flats and see where I go from there if I want to traverse. I think it's another 800 feet of climbing and like 7 miles to the lodge. Here goes Elk Creek Work Center, little cabin facility. I don't know if they stay up here and work. Obviously it could be a fire command center. I am still a fair way from Deer Flats. Just trudging along incredibly slow, just bouncing, not pleasant. I keep saying that. I hate being negative, but it is just not fun. So here's Deer Flat Campground. Looks like they saved it from the forest fire. It's not exactly a pretty area, it's all burned. I'm not going to stay here. This is ugly. That's where I came from. And I just checked the map and it says I'm 7 miles from the lodge, so I should be able to make it. Hopefully there'll be somewhere to camp around there. So here we are at Deadwood Lodge. Seems like there's a bunch of these lodges or cabins they have here. And I asked the lady if she knew of anywhere to camp. She said there was plenty of dispersed spots and a really nice spot up about 3 miles before you start going up, that would set me up for tomorrow. A little bit of blood on my shirt there, and I pull it back, and then I took the watch off, but you can see the imprint of the watch rattling against my skin. She said it's like 3 miles up this way. She also said there's plenty of camping back the other way. I saw a couple pullouts, but they weren't, terribly inviting. My goal for tomorrow is to make it at least to Warm Lake. I think I can resupply at Warm Lake. So I found the spot that the lady at Deadwood Lodge recommended. There's a group of ATVers that kind of got the spot by the water, I think. I got this spot here, which is just up the creek. I think I got to camp around 5:30 or so, 5:40, so that was my goal, to get in camp by 6. I think that's a good thing to try and make, because otherwise it gets too dark. Last 2 nights I've gotten there around 8 and it's gotten dark and blah blah blah. Here's my bike tracks. I didn't see anyone else's bike tracks on the route. See how this is what I was talking about. I'm pedaling, and then you turn, you get caught in the sand, and then my wheel locks up and skids. So you can see I'm swerving there. Just got some water right from there. Did a little splash down on my arms and legs to get the sunscreen up. But man, that water's cold. Woo! Much colder than the stuff I was in. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. But yeah, this is the turnoff right here. Should wash my face, but I'm too scared because it's so bloody cold, the water.